day, ladies and gentlemen, little sisters and brothers. Real quick. 4 questions. First, remember me telling you there was no way in Hades you are going to convict a person for doing their job correctly? In this case, to mean convict a police officer for their murders? And I figured back then, there had to be a conspiracy to protect the real criminals. You remember when I was telling you the real criminals were the trainers who teach the officer to put themselves in harm's way so they are justified in their coveted righteous kills? Second question. Remember the plethora of scripture that told us our enemies are taking counsel on how to not only set their traps and snares, but also how to hide them as well? Third question. Remember the videos where I said something like, if we look at the situation through the prophecies in the scriptures and not our eyes, it appears, mind you, the American government will attempt to put the blacks in a category just like the Palestinians are now. You know, an acknowledged but occupied people. Saying that, I want to read something to you that very well answer my first 3 questions outright. At the end of the article, I want you to use everything you know into one thought process as I ask you my final question. Deal? I can't hear your answer because this is a video. But if you said deal, listen to this. According to the Middle East Monitor and a plethora of others under concern as U.S. police officers are trained in Israel, June 7, 2018. I'm going to let the beat rock so you can perceive just how much the Bible is correct. Quote, the implications of Israel's use of deadly force against unarmed Palestinian protesters has been a thorny issue for Americans of late. The brutal tactics deployed by American police forces against the country's black populations, which prompted the Black Lives Matter protests, left many questioning the training given the U.S. police officers. Listen up. It's widely known. Now, I didn't know this. I shared this with a brother. The brother said, man, everybody knew that. I didn't know this. But here it is. It's widely known that U.S. police forces train extensively with the Israeli military. Hundreds of federal, state, local, and even some campus law enforcement departments across the country are known to have trained in some capacity with the Israeli forces now gunning down Palestinian protesters in droves. Okay, of course this has its own tilt to it, but we're listening for the facts, not his tilt. All right? Which is true. His tilt is true, though. It ain't no, he's not lying, you know what I mean? But okay, quote, U.S. police departments are sent to Israel, or sometimes Israeli forces come to the United States under the pretense of counter-terrorism training. With the United States on constant terror alert since the events of September 11, 2001, American police and law enforcement officials are taking advantage of Israel's expertise in various facets of counterterrorism and first response to better protect the American people. Example. 4th question. If we look at this information through the scriptures and the fact that Israelis are the only country on the planet engaged in open apartheid, my question is, am I the only person who realizes the Israelis are training the police on how to switch from quasi-protect and serve to all-out occupy when the trigger is pulled? Speaking about the Israelis, notice, nobody knows where the Israelis from Russia, Poland, Eastern Bloc, etc. came from and when they converted to whatever they call themselves doing now. I know we want to say they the Khazars, but that conversion didn't happen until the 13th century, hundreds of years after the Ashkenazi Jews were already established throughout the Black Sea area. Or even better question, how did they have such a stranglehold on the trade market back then? Even to this day. Yeah, I know the Radhanites had a hand in it, but, you're right. But no cigar yet, though. I think my God has allowed me to perceive who they actually are through history. And yes, everything we have discovered about them thus far is true, but a little misplaced and a lot of word witchcraft going on. Stay tuned. Now, by God's will, stay tuned for the next. Off the cuff. I really don't want to talk to everybody. I'm being very, very honest. I really don't want to talk. I want to be like the anointed one. Fuck them. I know y'all don't like it when I say that, but paraphrasing, that's exactly what he said. Fuck them. So, and I know I got a lot of guys out there, or people, women too. I don't even know why you even listen. So, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm trying to do you a favor. I've sent out some requests. Hit me up on my email. But my public announcements, I'll put on this channel. My history and this kind of stuff, nah, I don't want everybody to listen to it. Nah. So, if you don't like it, go ahead and unsubscribe now. By God's will, look for the next.